trying to hear her, and it's really hard to hear
Well,
back.
she doesn't, yeah.
So, but
I don't think she was
I'm a
really-
total alto. So.
I don't think she was singing out either, so.
Yeah, I
maybe-
couldn't hear her through the microphone, definitely.
Yeah, so maybe,
And you two divas over here.
you know, I feel like she was. And so the, just emotionally, mental emotionally.
I give her hugs all the time.
I just
Yeah, so this song is like one thing that's trying to elevate her.
you sing out with you. Solo alto.
There's a lot of people selling tests to it.
That's good.
Like you can lie on half the noise these days.
Yeah, I'd be embarrassed.
That's why people are saying.
Yeah, I'd be embarrassed. Even though I do still sometimes use Amazon.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Portland. It's beautiful Sunday morning. Hope you're enjoying the sun and some of the spring weather. We wanted to open up this morning with "My Soul is Welcome Here." All right, here we go. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. And I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. And I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. So my soul is welcome. 1, 2, 3, 4. My soul is welcome here. 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 My soul is welcome
All right. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Thank you all. Now, that may not have been your mantra for this week. My soul is welcome here, but we welcome you this morning to Unity Spiritual Center of Portland, where we gather with an intention to know that we belong to this time, we belong to this journey, that we are fully equipped to do all that is ours to do. And we may have been saying, I don't want to be here, I don't like this. Let me put it this way. I may have been saying, I don't want to be here, I don't like this, can't I exchange it for something else? But what I know of spirit, what I know of the truth is that in this one presence and one power, this quantum field, this energy field of love that we live and move and have our being, it is sourcing us for all that we need to do all that is ours to do this day and every day. And as we stand more fully in this space that we are occupying, and that means our bodies and the essence of the vibration of spirit around us, we recognize that we belong to this time, to this place, to this ability to stand in a larger story. So whether you're here in this room or online or watching us at another time, we just want you to know we are all a part of this invitation of spirit to live in a larger story, as a larger story, and we are fully equipped. I'm Reverend Lisa Davis. I am senior minister and part of this team of people who we all come together to connect and to walk this sacred journey. Our mission is transforming lives that transform the world. We believe that every time we catch just a glimpse of the truth of our being and the wholeness that we are, we have the ability then to touch another and to touch another and to touch another. And we may think, I'm not doing enough. But every step that we take is another one, and it builds. And that's what we're being called to do. And our vision is creating community. It's living love. It's teaching truth. It's sharing spirit, and it's practicing peace. So we gather in that knowing and in that idea. We're going to begin this morning in prayer. And wherever you've been, whatever the experience has been this last week, I just invite you to open your heart to recognizing the interconnectedness of all of humanity, the evolutionary impulse that is touching us right now as we begin this service in prayer. And we take that sacred breath. Mother, Father, God, infinite spirit, we say yes. We say yes to life, to the presence and power that is within us and around us, and to this path we may not yet see of rising above, of knowing the wholeness of ourselves and every being on this planet with enough respect, enough money, enough love, enough worthiness to know we stand as wholeness, recognizing the wholeness in every being. For this opportunity to gather and to say yes to that movement of spirit, that evolutionary impulse within our hearts, to hold every being right now who's hurting, both within our country and countries around the world. We say yes to the invitation to expand our story of humanity, loving all as we love ourselves. For this opportunity to gather in this idea and to live fully into that, we say thank you, infinite spirit. And so it is. Amen. All right, Beth.
Good morning. What a great crowd. Congratulations on successfully navigating daylight savings time. Not everybody did that apparently, but we're good. We're here, we're good. Before I get started, I have to say a little commercial here. Does anybody who comes regularly feel like they've moved into first class seating this morning? Got a little more leg room? Yes? Thanks to Barbara Hemingway, who comes in and touches the chairs every week. Yes, we made an effort to make plenty of room so you don't have to climb over people when you come in the morning. So, Barbara, thanks for your hand in that. Yes. I'm going to also start off this morning, as I do, by introducing our prayer chaplains. You know, they keep us grounded in affirmative prayer. We're so blessed by the great work that they do here. Our prayer chaplains who are available to pray with you this morning are Colleen and Lynn. They'll be up front this morning, after the service. You can also submit a prayer request. Those are in the backs of your chairs. You can drop those right in the prayer box on your way out this morning. Dial-a prayer is available for you during the week. I know these times, right, you might need a little call in to like get grounded, and they're there for you. You can do that. And Sunday morning guided meditations, they start at 10:30. If you've noticed, on the dot, okay? So make sure you get here early enough for that if you want to partake in it. They meet in the chapel. And then we have our 12-Power Sunday study group that meets at 9:15 in the chapel each weekend. Again, it's a real important time to tap into this knowing and awareness of these internal qualities that we all have. So plan to join them. Our spring program is in its second week. If you didn't have a chance to join into a spirit group and you want to follow along and study and do the deep dive on your own, there are study guides that are out on the lobby table. You can pick one of those up today. We have lots of spring growth opportunities for you coming up. And today our signups begin for Reverend Lisa's class, The Soul of Money by Lynn Twist. This is going to begin on the last Tuesday of March. She's doing quick turnaround here. She knows how important this class is right now. The book, Soul of Money, it's a beloved book in our New Thought community. It's been around for a while, but it's so super relevant to the times that we're in. So we trust you will want to be a part of that. So join us. You can sign up in the lobby and also in the newsletter or on the website using the link. The Teens Annual Book Sale has 2 more weeks. And one of our members, Kate Stigdon, came in this week. They have refreshed the tables downstairs. So it's like a whole new book sale. So you can go down and poke through and see what's down there. Everything's out on the table now. They had a lot of boxes and bags of books, but they're all out. So go down and check those out today. And they've gone right into their annual plant sale. And this is to help our 7 to 11-year-olds get to kids camp by helping them with scholarships and such. Very important. So we invite you. You know, the weather's warming up. You're starting to think about the flowers and veggies you want to put in your yard. And if you're not a gardener, if it's not your thing, we invite you to buy some for our garden. And our garden team will be happy to plant those for you. The current events book study continues Thursdays, 1:30, Practicing Peace in Times of War. Chaudron's book, that's Thursdays, 1:30 in the chapel. They also invite you to visit their What You Can Do table that's outside the bookstore. This week, they are needing 200 vote forward letters to Wisconsin voters. If you're a letter writer, stop by the table, pick some of those up. Somebody will be there to answer your questions. If you had any trouble downloading the 5 Calls app last week or you need some more info about that, they'll be at the table to answer your questions about that as well. Mary Cavalieri has started a Portland Players Group. This is for any of you who might have acted in high school or community theater, or maybe you haven't in either and you just want to try out your acting chops. You have a chance to do that. You can see Mary. There's also some sign-up sheets out on the table. Also want to mention the ongoers have switched their lunch date from the 4th Friday to the 3rd Friday. So it's March 21st. You should have all received an email about that. Check your email. Spring Equinox event happening on March the 20th, Thursday. Labyrinth Walk in the parking lot, drumming circle. It's going to be a beautiful night. We invite you to come to that. And we're still seeking catering ideas that would work for us for our 100th anniversary. If you know of a caterer, maybe you've experienced a wonderful caterer you know of, you can let us know their name. We would appreciate it. We're shopping around for that right now. And today, following the service, women's groups meets downstairs in the teen rooms. Grab a bite to eat. You can show up in there about 12:30. Men's group meets next Saturday, 9 a.m. They're getting ready for an off-site retreat the first weekend of June at Alton Collins. It sounds wonderful. And so you might want to show up and get some information on that next Saturday. The Helping Parents Heal group, as always, meets on that 3rd Saturday as well. It's led by our Annie and Mark Adams. It meets in the chapel at 10:30 next Saturday. If you're a parent, sibling, grandparent who's experienced the loss of a child, or if you know someone who might have a need for that type of a group, let them know and plan to invite them to that. So all of this information is found in your weekly newsletter. If for some reason you've turned in a card and you're not getting the newsletter, put your email on another one and hand it in. We want to make sure you're getting all this information because there's a lot going on right now. And if this is your first time, we trust you got a welcome packet on your way in. And our ushers have a handful of those right now. If for some reason you didn't, if you would raise your hand so they can see where you're seated and put one of these in your hand. As I mentioned, this yellow card on the back, if you'll fill that out and drop it in the bag when it comes around or in my office door, we'll get you on the newsletter mailing list. There's a red rose sticker on the front. We'd love you to put that on your name tag so we know who you are, can give you a nice warm welcome following the service. And we invite you downstairs to Coffee and Connection, which is our wonderful time of socializing and getting together every week and getting to know each other better. So thanks so much. Have a great week.
Thank you, Beth. And one more thing, if you are interested, a group of us are going to see Noises Off at Lakewood Theater on Saturday, March 22nd, and you still have to come to church on Sunday. We haven't ever done it on a Saturday before. I'm looking forward to it. If you'd like to be a part of it, I think there's 6 group tickets left. You can either purchase it on PushPay, just make sure you let us know, or come up to myself or Beth and we can help you with it. It's just sometimes with a British farce, it's nice to laugh. That's where we are right now. And we want to welcome all of you who are here for the first time or you haven't been here in a long time. What I'd like you to know is that wherever you are in your spiritual journey, you're welcome here. We recognize that every being is a creation of the infinite. Every being has value and worth and brings that light into our world as we learn to live in an interconnected, equity-based community and society that allows all of us to recognize that light. If these words that you hear this morning work for you, I would encourage you to become a part, because right now, one of the things we know is that being in community, being connected is what helps us. It allows us to breathe a little easier, to remember who we are, and to be a part of reminding somebody else who they are. So we'd love to have you here. If these words don't work for you, if there's another message you'd rather hear, I would encourage you to continue seeking. Find something that says, I know who you are, and you are that light, and that touches your heart. So we're thrilled to have you here. We are going to stand and sing.
In the name of love.
In the name
Of love, with the heart of grace, overflowing us, decorate this place, as it is below, so it is above. May we always stand in the name of love. 'Cause when the fear is gone, there's only one of us, only one, in the name of love. And when the day is done, we will sing this song all as one, in the name of love, in the name of love, in the name of love, with the heart of grace, overflowing us, decorate this place.
Oh, yes. Thank you, thank you. And I just invite you to turn to those around you with a welcome, a namaste, a handshake, a hug, in the name of love. All right. By the way, congratulations. Look how many people remembered to move their clocks forward. And you know, I was looking at it from the hour I lost, and I thought, oh, I'm going to celebrate the hour of sunlight we gain. And so I'm focusing on that. Well, we're doing something a little different this morning, and it's just such a great honor to dedicate our chaplains and to just honor and dedicate those who hold this community in prayer on an ongoing basis. And so I wanted to start with just saying we're going to confirm 4 new prayer chaplains and rededicate. Not all 8 prayer chaplains are here, but we are just going to hold them in that space because they have chosen to continue in this in active service and in holding prayer every day for all of us and for this space we are in. You know, Bishop Desmond Tutu says, "I am what I am because of who we are. Nothing is too much trouble for love." And as we are learning to connect again, to recognize our neighbors and to touch and to realize we are interconnected and to learn to hold a space for others and their well-being, I believe our chaplains hold a space for all of us. And you can see it, you know, we introduce a couple on Sundays, but you don't realize how many are just holding that space in consciousness of evolution, of an evolving larger story that we can step into. Our chaplains currently, some of the things they do is they do a daily prayer recorded on our dial-a-prayer. If you don't have that number, they change it every day. And it is such a blessing to be able to anchor in that. They do the World Day of Prayer service. They do the meditation service before our Sunday services. They do prayers before, during, and after our Sunday service. They just hold us and bathe us in that. They support myself and the youth and family ministry and just this whole ministry. And they support our celebrations of life, our memorial services, so many of the different pieces. They are open and a part of hospital visits, home visits. We just have to know if that's something that you would appreciate. And they offer prayer support to those who call in during the week, or all these different pieces, our special services, so many different ways of just saying, here I am, Spirit, move through me. And so I'm grateful for that, and I'm going to, first of all, I know that the two chaplain leads are going to come up and stand up here, and that will be Carol Keffler and Lynn Soden, and I'm so grateful that they continue to hold that space. And I would invite any of our ongoing chaplains who are here to come up, and we're going to have you stand over here. We have lost some of the space on our stage, so we're getting creative here. And you can just come on up and just know we love you, we appreciate you. Sherry, are you coming up? I'm going to call you if not. And we're just so grateful, and we hold Annette in our prayers as she has moved through her pieces. And Pam, I know you're up doing sound, so I don't know where she is. Oh, she's coming. Okay, wonderful. I appreciate that. And I just, I get tears in my eyes just wanting to say thank you to the chaplains who are, because they have said yes to being of service and to holding that space for us. And so please know, I thank each of you, and we thank each of you for that light and that love and that care and the prayer that you have offered us when sometimes we may not remember the truth for ourselves. And then we have the opportunity to move forward. You know what? Yeah, why don't you get me the other two? We'll see how I do with this. As we put these stoles on our chaplains, I get tears in my eyes because they said yes to a calling, and they said yes to recognizing the light in them, and then to sharing it. And it's really scary to go outside of your comfort zone and say, of course I will pray and hold a space with you, and I will be there and allow that larger idea to be present. So I just, for me, it's a gift. And so I'm going to call up first Patricia Pasternak, who has graced this community with so much of her love and her caring. And you'll get some of the pieces from them. Patricia, under the authority granted me as a Unity minister, and in the name of the living presence that surrounds us and fills us, I dedicate you a Unity prayer chaplain. Lori Denian Thompson, who has spent years in Unity and in these teachings and these ideas. And Lori, under the authority granted me as an ordained Unity minister, and through that infinite presence of God that fills you, that lifts you and loves you, I hereby dedicate you a Unity chaplain. And Michael Umber, who has come to us with decades of study also in so many different arenas and has said yes to this calling. We're so glad to welcome you. And Michael, through the authority vested in me as an ordained Unity minister, and in the name of that whole Spirit of the Infinite that fills you and shines forth from you, I dedicate you a Unity Chaplain. And George, who transferred from another community and was put in and has been practicing and then went through the program here. We're so grateful that you said yes and that you add your light and your gifts. And George Weatherford, through the authority granted me as an ordained Unity minister, and in the name of the loving presence that fills you, that moves forth from you, I hereby dedicate you a Unity Prayer Chaplain. And for all of you, what we'd like to do now as a community, we're all a part of this. We're blessed by what they do, but our energy and our love and our vision of who they are is a part of it also. And I'm just inviting you, we're going to sing Weave, just the verses 3 times. And I just invite you, as they are dedicated, to hold that space with them and for them.
Weave, weave us together, weave us together in unity and love. Weave, weave us together, weave us together, together in love. Weave. Weave us together, weave us together in unity and love. Weave us together, weave us together, together.
Thank you so much. And what we say to each of you chaplains is that we love you, we bless you, and we welcome you as our Unity Prayer Chaplains. Thank you. Thank you for coming down. We are so blessed. And as we recognize a base of prayer and the invitation of the universe right now, which is to evolve, it's so loud, this desire for us to know who we are and to allow every being to experience that and express that. The way we find these answers and our part in what we are to do and how we are to live and show up and take our stands is in silence and in letting the universe remind us of who we are and fill us with this message, and then touching the world around us with that. So in just a moment, we spend just a few moments here on Sunday mornings in meditation. But the invitation is for us to realize that we're all a part of this consciousness. And as we spend that time daily, we grow, we expand, and we find a part of ourselves that we may not have been listening to. And so this opportunity, I just invite you to listen to this music, to get quiet, and to spend that time in the silence.
Be still now, be still now, be still now, and know that I am God. Be still.
And as we relax our bodies, closing our eyes and turning within, the very movement of the universe is love. It expands as us. And as we turn our attention inward, we are reminded that we are safe, that we have all that we need, and that the very movement of spirit within our hearts, within our beings, is present, it's alive, and it's moving as divine life. And we allow that vibration to say, here I am, fill me, I am that I am, in the silence, in the silence. Again and again, we allow the movement of love within us to say, peace, be still. And we know that we truly are light, love, and presence. And so it is. Amen.
Be still now. Be still now. Be still now. Know that I am God. Be still now. Be still now. Be still now and know that I am God.
That I am a God.
That I am God. That I am God.
So happy to have our friend with us today, Courtney Freed.
Ooh, don't turn away. Ooh, look my way. Ooh, this is uncomfortable. You see, you see, you see. I know you are not what you seem. You are part of the dream. You are not just a stop on the map. You see, you see. You are big, crazy love. You are big, crazy love. You are mud, you are blood, you are icicles forged in the flood. My love, my love. Ooh, it will get easier. Ooh, it will be clearer. Ooh, here in the darkness you'll see, you'll see, you'll see. I know you are not what you seem. You are part of the dream. You are not just a hare in a trap. You'll see, you'll see. You are big, crazy love. You are big, crazy love. You are mud, you are blood, you are icicles forged in the flood. My love, my love. You are fire, you are song, you are magic, you belong. Through the dark I'll call you home. You are big, crazy love. You are big, crazy love. You are mud, you are blood, you are icicles forged in the flood. My love, my love. You are big, crazy love. You are big, crazy love. You are mud, you are blood, you are icicles forged in the flood. My love, my love. You are fire, you are blood, you are icicles forged in the flood. My love, my love, my love. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Courtney. Thank you, Mary Ellen. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. And to our musicians, we are so blessed. Wow. What would happen if we could live today as I am big, crazy love? Would that be a little looser than maybe we've been feeling? You know, I have no idea who said this, but it says, fear does not stop death, it stops life. And worrying does not take away tomorrow's trouble. It takes away today's peace. And part of what we get to know, and believe me, I'm not saying don't be in fear. I'm not saying if you do this, you're wrong, and if you do this, you're right. What I know about this time for us in this space is that we are asked to connect with the highest knowing that we know, this God of your understanding, this one presence and one power. And I believe we are asked to step in, and I just keep getting this visual of standing in the space that we are and filling it, showing up fully. What we know is the gathering together in community and learning to be okay with differences is one of the greatest things we can learn right now. We're coming out of a mindset collectively that we were raised with ideas of they're different, this is okay, this isn't okay. Anybody raised with let's be a good little girl or boy and do what we're told? some of these ideas, and I'm not saying it's wrong, especially don't tell my daughter that it's not, but it's the idea, and I'm teasing. We haven't gotten to that place yet anyway. However, what I know is we're being asked to step into who we are and to hold an idea that we may not know where the answers come from, but we're being asked to stand in that idea. The first message I ever gave here when I came was called A Path I Cannot See. And what I recognized was I had moved to a place I'd never been before, Portland. I had a family member there and 2 others moving here. I'd bought a house I'd never seen. I came to church here. My daughters loved it, and I came back. But I was sure I was not going into ministry. I was not doing this. I was not doing that. There wasn't a path that I could see. And before in my life, there had been a path that I could see. And it was one that I could hold intentions for, and I could know where I was going. And it was just, there was nothing there. I was suddenly a single mom and a widow, and I had a, what did I have? I had a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old, and I just thought, where is life? Where is that path? Anybody at a place with an idea that maybe there's a path we cannot see? You know, this holding that and beginning to say, there is a path I cannot see. But every one of us is called to both hold a sacred space, a knowing that there are answers that move through every time humanity has been asked to evolve. And we don't always take it very easily. We don't always say, of course we'd love to evolve. Of course everyone's accepted. Of course we're all part of one. Instead, we've been raised with a different mindset. And so moving from competition to cooperation and moving into an equity-based living is it's a change in mindset. And so we have to allow things to fall away. But we also are charged with the request, I believe, of the infinite to live in a space that both knows there is a path we cannot see. There are answers that we do not know right now, but they are present. They are available to all of humanity. That is what quantum physics shows us. We live in a quantum field, and that field is available to every one of us. Nobody's left out. However, isn't it fascinating? We were raised with an idea that you're less than whole, that you're not enough, that, oh, you're female, or oh, you're this, or oh, your skin is a different color, or you have a different gender preference, or you have this, you have that, or you have that. And it was all a system. It was a caste system. It was one that ranked. As a community during the pandemic, we were fortunate to have the class cast and to learn a little bit more about the system we were raised in. Now, we're being asked to drop that. And what's so fascinating is you might say, well, I already have. They haven't. Isn't it fascinating? You know, individually, we can do that. We can work on ourselves and get to a point where we're like, I can do this. Ooh, collective evolution is so interesting. That's the only word I know. It's asking us to hold a space we may not yet see, with the awareness that the universe has already provided us with what we need. That's holding something we can't see. It's a faith that does not require something present to believe it. And I believe that when we do, and then we begin to change our mindset, which is the gifts of imperfection, are about getting out of the mindset that perfectionism, competition. I have to be this to be okay. I have to be this to be okay. I have to do this. I have to look like this. I have to act like this. I have to be quiet. I have to be this. I have to be that. Men had certain requirements. Women had certain requirements. And even if those were changed in your family, it doesn't mean it's been changed in humanity. And so we're being asked to meet those with what Brené Brown calls wholehearted living, fully. But that's not always what we want to do. Anybody feel like they just want to go to bed and just shut down? That's not bad. It's not wrong. but it's not the truth of who we are. And so allowing ourselves to do that, be gentle with ourselves, is absolutely fine. But there's also a time when we get to keep growing and looking at something else. Jimmy Carter said, I have one life and one chance to make it count for something. My faith demands that I do whatever I can, wherever I am, whenever I can, for as long as I can, with whatever I have, to try to make a difference. We are difference makers. Pamela Chardon says, protecting ourselves from pain, our own and that of others, has never worked. So trying to protect ourselves from that pain doesn't work. Everybody wants to be free from their suffering, but the majority of us go about it in ways that only make things worse. Shielding ourselves from the vulnerability of all living beings, which includes our own vulnerability, cuts us off from the full experience of life. Our world shrinks when our main goals are to gain comfort and avoid discomfort. We begin to feel disconnected from and even threatened by others. We enclose ourselves in a mesh of fear. And when many people and countries engage in this kind of approach, the result is a messy global situation with lots of pain and conflict. So in times like this, beginning to know who we are and committing to stand in our space, love ourselves if we're feeling smaller, but commit to knowing that the presence and power that sources all of us has a desire for each of us to expand, to shine, to remind us of the truth of who we are, and we came to touch other lives and other lives and other lives. And so I was reading this, and I can't tell you where it comes from, but it says, in a time of hate, love is an act of resistance. In a time of fear, faith is an act of resistance. In a time of misinformation, education is an act of resistance. In a time of poor leadership, community is an act of resistance. In a time like this, joy is an act of resistance. Resist, resist, resist with love, faith, community, and joy. What we're doing is recreating the belief of who we are and what we need. Anybody notice things don't seem to matter so much? All of these ideas of I need this and this and this to be okay are just going out the window. We are in a time of great change, and we will change. I believe what we get to do is connect with the God of our being, with that understanding, even if we don't know fully who we are, how we walk this journey, what it is we are to do. Buddha said, in the end, only three things matter: how much you loved, how gently you lived, and how gracefully you let go of things not meant for you. We're letting go of some of the old ideas, but I don't believe we're being called to let go of the belief that every being has the divine within them. That is a core belief that changes humanity. The belief that every being deserves respect and has value and worth is a scary one, maybe to stand in. But what if we decided to stand in our own belief, I have value and worth? And then we began holding it for those around us, for those who may not have it for themselves yet, or may have been told another piece. Now, she talks about wholehearted living, and in the last couple of weeks, this is the third week of this 7-week program, what we read from Brené Brown's book is wholehearted living is about engaging in our lives from a place of worthiness. It means cultivating the courage, compassion, and connection to wake up in the morning and think, no matter what gets done and how much is left undone, I am enough. I am enough. I'm enough for this time. I'm enough for this day. I'm enough just as who I am right now. And if by any chance I have old thoughts or have been told or grew up in a system that says you are less than whole, now is the time to say no more. That's not who I am. And this idea of love your neighbor as yourself It requires a loving of ourselves. That's wholehearted living, believing we're enough, knowing we have all that we need in this moment to live in that place, and then to touch the people around us. One of the things I know also is that hating another isn't going to serve us at all. So if we need to hate actions, not people. Hate, and I don't even like to use the word hate, because I don't think it adds anything to the vibration of who we are and the energy we have and the love that we have. But I know this: anger fuels change. Stress is an evolutionary driver. And right now, there are pieces available and showing up. It may not be how we want it. It may not be in the speed that we want it. Anybody would like answers, and we'd like to know a path, and we'd like that? Absolutely. So what if we just start holding, there is a path I cannot see. I call it forth. I claim it. I am ready, willing, and able to be a part of that shift in consciousness, starting with myself. That means every morning when we get up, we are enough. And you know what? That night when you go to bed, if you got nothing done, nothing on your list, nothing that works, nothing, you're not doing what you want, any of it, you are still enough. That idea is resistance. It is a change in a consciousness that is centuries old, and it has to be broken open. We're being asked to hold a larger space. And so when we do, then we can find something so much larger. But it takes courage to do that, even if you find yourself all night holding yourself because you're sad, and you might be afraid, and you might be angry, you might be any of those things. Hold yourself and allow yourself to be enough just as you are. Just as you are there. We are more than that. And what gets in the way from wholehearted living is shame. I should be this way. I should look like this. Those were things we were raised with. And it kept capitalism alive. It kept competition alive. It kept the society that we have, and it has to fall apart. We've been praying and asking for an equity-based society. We've been asking to know that every being is created whole, infinite, and complete. We just wanted it without any change in our life. Instead, right now, there is change happening. It's not anything that I don't think any of us would have ever desired. But we've got to get out of the old stuff. Brené Brown says that shame is basically the fear of being unlovable. Shame is the intensely painful feeling or experience of believing that we are flawed and therefore unworthy of love and belonging. And when there's great pain in society, it's easy to just kind of fold up with that. But the invitation right now is to begin saying, no, I hold the space that the soul I said yes to being has a reason for being here. And it's important. And so when I feel like closing up, the place that I go to of courage, lay there for a while, be that way for a while, and then say, okay, honey, we did this. We did this. Did it solve anything? Well, it got you some rest. That's good. That's important. And then have the courage to talk to a neighbor, to love yourself, to connect with somebody you haven't connected with, to be willing to stand wherever you need to stand. What we wanted to look at today were 2 of the guideposts. There are 10 of them, and in the next 5 weeks, we're looking at 2 each week. Guidepost number 1 is cultivating authenticity, letting go of what people think. The mindset of, and I'm just labeling it competition. I'm not talking about patriarchy and all of the pieces and the racism and all the things that went into this old mindset that we have to be able to acknowledge and realize it was there. We're learning history more and more and more. Letting go of what people think. Now, that's not being obnoxious. That's not saying I can do whatever I want. It is cultivating authenticity. I mean, some days I cry, and it's okay. Some days I don't show up how I might want to show up, but by golly, I'm going to show up all I can. Don Miguel Ruiz, one of his 5 agreements was do the best you can. And every day that's different. But it's the courage to be who you are with all your messiness, with all of your stuff, with the things that work and don't work, and simply be where you are. And it's the courage, I believe, to connect with, it's the courage to be imperfect. It's the courage to say, all the things I was told I had to look like and have and be and all of that, it's not actually true. You know, Margaret Young said, often people attempt to live their lives backwards. They try to have more things or more money in order to do more of what they want so they will be happier. We thought we had to have things. And then you find out, I don't need that. And there's a whole generation that's already found that out. I was fascinated when I saw some of the homes in Italy. And I thought, what they own, and I went into one with a family of 4, could have fit into most garages, single layer. And we have lived in one that said, I need things to be enough. What heals our heart and allows us to live full out is to be imperfect as we are, to be grateful for what we have, but to say, I don't need that. I need to love myself. I need to touch another. I need to have the courage to walk in when I think, but what if somebody doesn't love me? I believe the answer is, love is the energy of the universe. It loves us already. Maya Angelou read Lessons in Truth, which is one of Unity's basic books. And in there it said, God loves you. And she said, I said that over and over and over again because I had never had a God that loved me unconditionally. And if anybody has told you, you are less than whole, you are less than perfect, you are, because perfect is the craziness of all the stuff we are. If anybody has told you that, now is the time to say no more. I may have grown up in that thought system, but I don't need to do that anymore. And so showing up with authenticity is one of the ways that we do it. And she said when she first started mindfully practicing authenticity and worthiness, she felt like every day was a walk through a gauntlet of gremlins. And the voices in her head could be loud and unrelenting. What if I think I'm enough and others don't? What if I let my imperfect self be seen and known and nobody likes what they see? What if my friends, family, coworkers like the perfect me better? You know, the one who takes care of everything and everyone. What if I don't do enough? And she said what we get to do, she calls it dig deep, get deliberate. Whenever we're faced with a vulnerable situation, she said, get deliberate with my intentions. And this was what she used. Don't shrink. Don't puff up. Stand on your sacred ground. The ground that you stand on this day is sacred. It is holy because it represents the wholeness of who you are. And no one has the ability to change that. We're whole and complete and infinite. And she said that little mantra helps her remember not to get small so other people are comfortable and not to throw up her armor as a way to protect herself. Get inspired. She said she's inspired by everyone who shares their work and opinions with the world, and get going. Do something. This is National Women's Month, and we're looking at this idea. How in the world did humanity ever think this is more than this? Those are old thought systems, and we're shifting them. One of the people that my daughter brought up in her school, they're looking at Claudel Colville, who was 9 months before Rosa Parks gave up her seat on the bus. Claudel did. She was 15 years old, and she simply said, no more. The lawsuit that followed is actually much of the foundation of the civil rights movement came from that lawsuit, even though the ACLU didn't choose her to fight the courts, partly because, and I did not check this, but what it said in this article was that because her skin was so dark, and at 15 she was expecting a child, and so she wasn't an acceptable candidate to make that change. But she has lived her life fighting for the rights of every being to exist and to live and have enough. And that courage, regardless of whether anybody ever knows your name or knows anything about us, we've been offered an opportunity right now to figure out what is important and to begin to stand in it, regardless of what's going on around us. And then to join the hand with someone around us that we may not yet know, or we may not have let ourselves be seen. We just say, hi, how are you, and keep going. It's time to stop and to say, hi, how are you? To listen and to know that both of us have such great value and worth, and that the divine light of Spirit lives within us. Thank you. Thank you. You know, one of the great honors in this community is to recognize ideas of truth have been shared in this community for 100 years now. We are coming up on that 100-year anniversary, and they were actually meeting in a living room, from what I know, before that, as they got everything together and said these ideas are so important. And those ideas are ones of the value, the divine aspect of the universe and the divine aspect of every being. In just a moment, we're going to receive our tithes and our love offerings. There is a card in the seat in front of you that tells you ways to do that. It's a white card. It's probably also up here if you'd like to be a part of sharing that and investing in these ideas and the ability for us to touch lives and be a part of a community that welcomes every being. So I just invite you to look at that and find the way that works for you in your generosity. And we're going to say our blessing. And that blessing is one that is the vibration of love within us. Let's do that together. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is.
There's a reason for the sunshine sky, and there's a reason why I'm feeling so high. Must be the season when that love light shines all around us.
So let that feeling grab you deep inside and send you reeling where your love can't hide, and then go feeling through the moonlit nights with your lover.
And let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love flow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show. And you know what I mean, it's the season. And let your love fly like a bird on a wing, and let your love find you to all living things, and let your love shine. And you know what I mean, that's the reason. There's a reason for the warm, sweet nights. There's a reason for the candle lights. Must be the season when those love lights shine all around us.
So let your wonder take you into space and lay you under. It's love in your grace, just feel the thunder as it warms your face, you can't hold back. Let your love flow
know, part of letting our love flow is welcoming our youth. We get to recognize that the wholeness that they are, the light that they are, they have come to live as that light, and we get to be a part of recognizing it. And I just invite you to allow the love that you have within your being and to create an energy field into which these youth walk so that their souls remember again and again and again, yes, I know who I am. I am a creation of the infinite. So we're going to sing them in.
You are the star of the morning. You are heaven smiling at us. You're God's gift of tomorrow. And how we love you. Yes, how we love you. You are the star of the morning. You are heaven smiling at us. You're God's gift of tomorrow. And how we love you. Yes, how we love you. You are the star of the morning. You are heaven smiling at us. You're God's gift of tomorrow. And how we love you. Yes, how we love you.
We had kids camp training this weekend.
Yeah,
so
they're
they-
going to
we
talk
have-
about
oh,
it.
Wow.
They
Okay.
have some sharing, and we'll share our group this morning. And again, a reminder: I'm open for anybody. We need teachers and sponsors and people just to love the kids, to love what we do, especially our 8, 9, and 10-year-olds. And Albert's going to share.
Well, today, the kids got to connect with each other with this music, and we talk about connecting with each other and how we connect to our places, people, and things we love.
All right, so if you don't recognize me, you shouldn't, because I'm not from here. So for those who don't know, this past weekend we had our kids camp training, and we started planning out all the stuff for kids camp that's coming out later in June and July. So we came up with a theme, we came up with groups, we came up with little activities. So I'm going to start by introducing myself. Oh, kids campers are 8 to 11? 7 to 11.
These guys over here.
So we can't reveal our actual names because they can't know what our actual names are. So I'm going to reveal my camp name, which is Ogre. And we're also going to reveal the theme. So if everyone would like to join me in saying the theme. All right, 3, 2, 1. Kaita Kaiki. So the theme is kindness is key, and we will be making a bunch of little activities, and the kids will have so much fun. We really encourage you all to bring any kids that you think would be interested. Again, 7 to 11. Any questions, please ask Barbara.
And the dates are June 29th through July 2nd.
Yeah,
So-
and we hope to have roughly 20 to 25 kids. So if you can make that possibility, that would be awesome. Yeah, thank you.
Hello. Oh wait, we're gonna introduce ourselves by our camp names as well.
Oh, I'm Jellyfish, and I'm from the Sea Creatures family.
I'm Sasquatch, and I'm from the Mythical family.
I'm Stingray, and I'm also in the Sea Creature family.
I'm Manatee. I'm from the Sea Creatures family.
I'm Leprechaun, and I'm from the Mythical family.
And I'm also going to talk about the book sale. So the book sale is still going on this weekend, and next weekend is the last weekend. So we encourage you to keep looking through the books because we restocked some of the books, so there's a new cycle. And yeah, all the books are love offerings, so whatever you feel is on your heart. So yeah, it supports us going to camps, and we really appreciate the donations. Thank you.
And just so you know, the Northwest region is the only region that has Kids Camp. It is a service project of our youth, of the high schoolers, and they do it so they pay their way to camp, they pay their way here, they work to be, and then they work to create a space into which every 7 to 11-year-old walks, and I watched my kids do it, and let me tell you, it was life-changing. They are told by teens, you are whole, we love you, you have a mighty work to do, and what a difference it makes in these youth. So if you have kids or grandkids or people in your circle that you'd like to be a part of this, I just invite you to realize we are very fortunate. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. And what we get to do together is to stand and hold that sacred space for peace on this planet.
Here we go.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let's walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with
Oh, yes, let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. We invite you downstairs for Connection Hour. There's all new books, and there is a women's gathering in the teen room. And we are going to close with our unity prayer. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And we say, thank you, thank you. We're going to sing our youth out. And thank you to our chaplains and the sponsors.
Thank